Hello everyone, myself Vijay Lakra, Assistant Professor, Sant College of Higher Education. Today I am going to deliver a lecture on training, meaning of training, benefits of training, need for training, and last one is methods of training. Now start with the introduction. Training constitutes a basic concept in human resource development. It is concerned with developing a particular skills to a desired standard by instructions and practice. Training is highly useful tool that can bring an employee into a position where they can do their job correctly, effectively, and consistently. Training is the act of increasing the knowledge and skills of an individual employee for a for doing a particular job. Now, definition of training. Dale S. Beach says that training is the organized procedure by which people learn knowledge or skills for a definite purpose. Training refers to teaching and learning activities carried on for a particular purpose of helping members of an organization acquire and apply the knowledge, skills, ability, and attitude needed by a particular job and organization. Edwin Flippo says that training is the act of increasing the skills of an employee for doing a particular job. Now, benefits of training. Training increase job satisfaction and morale among employees. It increase employees' motivation. Training helps in increasing efficiency in process resulting in financial gain. Training helps in increasing the capacity to adopt new technologies and methods. It helps in increase innovation in strategies and product. It enhances company image. And last one is risk management. Now, need for training. Every organization should provide training to all the employees irrespective of their qualification and skills. So, need of training, first point is environmental changes. Mechanization, computerization, and automation have resulted in many changes that acquire trained staff possessing enough skills. The organization should train the employees to enrich them with the latest technology and knowledge. Now, next is organizational complexity. With modern inventions, technological upgradations, and diversification, most of the organization have become very complex. This has aggravated the problem of coordination. So, in order to cope up with the complexity, training has become mandatory. Next is human relation. Every management has to maintain very good human relation, and this has made training as one of the basic conditions to deal with human problem. To match employees specification with the job requirement and organizational needs. An employee specification may not exactly suit to the requirement of the job and the organization. Irrespective of past experience and skills, there is always a gap between an employee's present specification and the organization's requirement. For filling this gap, training is required. Next is change in the job assignment. Training is also necessary when the existing employee is promoted to the higher level or transferred to another department. Training is also required to equip the old employees with the new techniques and technologies. Now, what are the methods of training? A large variety of methods of training are used in business Even within one organization, different methods are used for training for different peoples. All the methods are divided into two main classifications, which are on the job training and off the job training. Now let us discuss in brief on the job training methods. Under these methods, new and inexperienced employees learn through observation, observing peer or managers performing the job and try to imitate their behavior. These methods do not cost much and are less disruptive as employees are always on the job. Training is given on the same machine and experience would be on already approved standards, and above all these training is learning while earning. Some of the commonly used methods are: first is coaching. Coaching is one-to-one training. It helps in quickly identifying the weak areas and try to focus on them. It also offers the benefit of transferring theories learning to practice. The biggest problem is that it replicates the existing practice and style. In India, most of the scooter mechanics are trained only through this method. Now next is mentoring. The focus in this training is on the development of attitude. It is used for managerial employees. Mentoring is always done by a senior inside person. It is also one-to-one interaction like coaching. Next is job instructional techniques. In short, JIT. This is a step-by-step on the job training method in which a suitable trainer prepare a trainee with an overview of the job, its purpose and the result desired. Next is demonstrate the task or the skills to the trainee. Allows the trainee to show the demonstration on his or her own. And last one is follow up to be provided feedback and help. The next method is understudy. In this method, a superior gives training to a subordinate as his understudy, like an assistant to a manager or director. In film, the subordinate learns through experience and observation by participating in handling day-to-day problems. Basic purpose is to prepare subordinate for assuming the full responsibilities and duties. And the next one is job rotation. It is the process of training employees by rotating them through a series of related jobs. Rotation not only makes a person well acquainted with different jobs, but it also alleviates boredom and allows to develop rapport with a number of peoples. Rotation must be logical. Next is apprenticeship. Apprenticeship is a system of training a new generation of practitioner of a skill. This method of training is in a vague in those trades, crafts and technical fields in which a long period is required for gaining proficiency. The trainees serve as apprentices to expert for a long period. They have to work in direct association with and also under the direct supervision of their masters. The object of such training is to make the trainees all around craftsmen. It is an expensive method of training. Also, there is no guarantee that the trained workers will continue to work in same organization after securing training. The apprentices are paid remuneration according to apprenticeship agreement. Now next is off the job training methods. Off the job training methods are conducted in separate from the job environment. A study material is supplied. There is full concentration on learning rather than performing. and there is freedom of expression. Important methods in the off the job training includes: first one is lecture and conferences. Lecture and conferences are the traditional and direct method of instructions. Every training program starts with a lecture and conference. It is a verbal presentation for a large audience. However, the lecture have to be motivated and creating interest among the trainees. The speaker must have considerable depth in the subject. In the college and universities, lecture and seminars are most common method which is used for training. Next is stimulation exercises. Stimulation is an artificial environment exactly similar to the actual situation. There are four basic stimulation techniques used to imparting training. First one is management games. Second one is case studies. Third one is role playing. And the last is in basket training. Now the next method in off the job training is vestibule training. Vestibule training is the term for near the job training, as it offers access to something new. In vestibule training, the workers are trained in a prototype environment on specific jobs in a special part of a plant. An attempt is made to create working conditions similar to the actual working conditions. After training workers in such conditions, the trained workers may be put on similar jobs in the actual workshop. This enables the workers to secure training in the best method to work to get rid of initial nervousness. Next is transactional analysis. It provides trainees with the realistic and useful methods for analyzing and understanding the behavior of others. In every social interaction, there is a motivation provided by one person and a reaction to that motivate given by another person. This motivation reaction relationship between two persons is known as transaction. Transactional analysis can be done by the ego system of feeling accompanied by a related set of behavior state of an individual. And the last one is sensitivity training. Sensitivity training is also known as laboratory or tree group training. This training is about making people understand about themselves and other reasonable, which is done by developing in the social sensitivity and behavioral flexibility. It is the ability of an individual to sense with what others feel and think from their own part of view. It reveals information about his or her own personal qualities, concern, emotions, issues, and the things that he or she has in common with other members of the group. It is the ability to behave suitable in the light of understanding. A group's trainers refrain from acting as a group leader or lecturer, attempting instead of clarity the group processes using incident as example to clarify journal points and provide feedback. The group action overall is the goal as well as the process. Thank you so much. This is all about training.